Hey there, folks. It's the E-Man here. And yes, today I want to talk about something. I guess I had forgotten about it, but I had heard that the Virtual Boy, all the Virtual Boy stuff has supposedly been released on the Switch 2 Online. Yeah, was it the $99 thing that makes it look like a Virtual Boy? You can put your Switch screen in there and you can play the games like you would a little bit on the Virtual Boy with the red kind of virtual thing. I never played a Virtual Boy. It was kind of Nintendo's kind of. A lot of people consider it was Nintendo's first like Wii U or something. It was just yeah. It was because they wanted it to be like a portable 3D console, and it was kind of hard for it to be portable. This big giant thing, you had to look into it. You had to use the controller down there. You couldn't see it. Like VR, it was an attempt at 3D. Some people really love it. Other people don't like it. Well, some people told me that they tried playing it in the new thing and they got more dizzier than they did when they played the original one. I guess the original one was supposed to cause headaches if you played it for hours of the 3D effect. Of course, well, I don't know if Nintendo's greedy or whatever, but you can't play these Virtual Boy games regularly on your Switch 2 without the accessory. There is a $25 cardboard cardboard box kind of thing that allows you to use the Virtual Boy stuff. Yeah, but so I guess there's not really any way to stream it. I thought I had heard somebody had modified a Virtual Boy that they were able to modify it so they could stream from it. Yeah, but I think Nintendo had talked a little bit about it that yeah, because you can't play in dock mode because you have to put the screen in there, so yeah, and essentially you have to rely on your battery life because I don't know if you can really even plug Switch 2 in when it's put in there. Yeah, it's well the accessory is cool. It makes it look like it's a Virtual Boy, but $99 for a hunk of plastic to kind of or a lens thing to fling it in there. Oh, and there's no other way to play it unless you have the $99 one or the cardboard box Virtual Boy thing. Well, I guess that's something to know if you. Yeah, you can get the games downloaded, but I guess they've set it up so that if it detects you do not have the proper stuff, it's like, oh no, you need an accessory or you can't play this. So, I mean, it's kind of behind a paywall, I guess, if you want to play Virtual Boy stuff. Well, I know there's not much point playing Virtual Boy games in 2D, but it would have been nice if there was some kind of option for that. Whatever. Well, I think Nintendo was probably afraid this accessory wouldn't sell. People wouldn't buy it. So they decided they would do the paywall or whatever. So you have to have a Nintendo Switch. You have to have a Nintendo online account thing in order to have the games. Then you have to go spend $99. Well, I mean, there is a cheaper version of it, the $25 cardboard box or whatever thing. It's like eventually someone may find a way to get around this issue. Well, a lot of people that are a fan of the Virtual Boy kind of like it, but as I said, a lot of them say that they couldn't play it. They seem to get headaches from it. Well, I mean, it's not like maybe the way they kind of doing it through this, the lens thing and stuff. Maybe yeah, something with the light or something makes people more susceptible to it. Because I never really ever played one. It was funny because I saw the video on AVGN, of course, Angry Video Game Nerd. He had it duct taped around him. It's like, yeah, why would you take it out portably? It wasn't meant to be portable. It's only like a handful of games that were ever released for it, either. Yeah, I had forgot that it had released. But yeah, it's kind of a letdown. You couldn't just play it on 2D if you don't have access to getting the accessory. And Nintendo's just crazy about these accessories, you know. A lot of them are very hard to get because yeah. Because I remember they had the very limit. They made the Super Nintendo and an N64 controller for it. And then those controllers are really hard to get, or they're hard to find, or you have to buy it through scalpers and stuff. So I don't know. A lot of people don't like the Virtual Boy at all, and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I guess it didn't really. It was Nintendo's first major technical failure. I guess was implementing that. Nintendo was innovative at one time, and maybe it was cool that they had the guts to make an attempt with the Virtual Boy, but I think ultimately it just didn't really work. But there's fans out there of it, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I would have liked to have tried to play these games like without the accessory, but I guess you need the accessory or you can't play them. Well, and let's face it, a lot of Virtual Boys are getting old. A lot of them are starting to fail. Well, a lot of them do fail. Like, I think Virtual Boys kind of fade out. I think they have a special ribbon cable inside of them, and that wears out over time, so yeah, it's not a question of if it's going to bust, it's a question of when. So, Virtual Boy wasn't made. Well, maybe the Virtual Boy was just made rather cheaply, and that's why a lot of them fail. I guess because in order to do the 3D effect, something inside of it, but I think it wears out over time. The heat from running it eventually melts it or wears out the ribbon cable or something. Yeah, like I said, I think you could actually plug two Virtual Boys together to do multiplayer games, but I don't think there was really any. I don't think there was any multiplayer games released for it. Like how you would play. We hook two Game Boys together to play like a Pokemon game or something, or hook two Game Boys together. But I don't think there's anything that supported it. I don't think. Well, it was a very limited color scheme. It was like red and black. I guess a lot of times the 3D effect was kind of cool, but since I had to go pay for an accessory, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, it's like the $25 accessory they may stop making it, or maybe eventually someone's going to figure out how exactly they're able to do it, just do it. But yeah, because you can't do it in dock mode. Yeah, if you can't dock your Switch 2, you can't hook it up to the television. No, I mean they just wanted to allow a kind of a fancy kind of way to play a set of games. Yeah, but imagine if they did this with other things like, oh, you can play N64 games, but you need a control. You need this special N64 controller, or you can't play it. Imagine if they did that. There'd be a freaking revolt. But I guess maybe they were aware that only a few people probably really even care about the Virtual Boy. So it almost seems like then it's like, well, what the waste of money to develop this new device then? What's really the point of it if it's meant to look like a Virtual Boy, I guess. So, I mean, that's cool. I got the aesthetic, and someone was nostalgia for the Virtual Boy, but I think there was a time they were pretty much giving them away because they were just not selling, so nobody wanted them or something. At a time, I guess, told me that someone bought one for his friend, and then his friend's mother actually bought him one because they were like going out the door. They were selling them so cheap because nobody wanted them. But a lot of times, a lot of nostalgia comes out for older stuff. So I guess, and Virtual Boys are wearing out, so maybe it's cool to have another way to play Virtual Boy games. If your Virtual Boy is dead and you can't get it fixed. Well, I guess that's been my little bit of talk on the on the Virtual Boy Virtual Console games and the accessory, and another feels like another paywall that Nintendo has done for whatever reason, whatever reason. I know there are some Virtual Boy games that just wouldn't do good, but I wish they had figured out how to do that because I think we'd want a lot more people to be excited about this. them adding this to the online feature. Oh, I think there's a special clip that you have to switch out if you want to play the. I guess you can use this on the original Switch too. I guess so it's not like stuck on the Switch 2. Well, and then of course Switch 2 sales are kind of wacko. So, well, yeah, think about it. If you buy this accessory, you could have bought a Switch 2 game. You could have bought a first-party Switch 2 game because you know those games for like $80. Yeah, so it's like what the heck? What the heck, Nintendo? Where we were paying $99 game essentially. So it's like a $25 or a $99 like way to. And if you don't have that accessory, you can't play the game. So yeah, don't get disappointed about it. A lot of YouTubers I had heard from like I don't know if any of you know about DSP or Dark Side Phil as he's called. Yeah, he's on there ranting about how he bought it. Now he can't stream it. It's like I don't think it was hidden that I think a lot of people were aware that there was going to be issues with trying to stream it. I've seen some people able to do it. I'm not sure how they were really able to do it, but well, and then we saw a trailer that showed it. It's like that's showing it. How come we can't play it that way? It's like no, it's Nintendo. I don't know what Nintendo's doing. Nintendo just wants money, 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 money. It seems. I don't. It kind of stinks, but it is what it is. You know, it's like we want to play these games, we're gonna have to do it. But well, I wonder. I think I've heard of a Virtual Boy emulator. Probably check that out. Yeah, it's just to do it to hackers that they have to give us what Nintendo is not going to give us or something. I think there is a Virtual Boy emulator. Maybe I'll try to go look and see if there is one. Because if I can actually play them on a screen here, you're not going to get the depth perception thing, but at least you could somewhat feel like you're playing a Virtual Boy game. I'll have to look into that. That would be cool if you had one that you could do a VR thing or whatever. Yeah, I never was really into the VR stuff. Of course, that's even more expensive, the VR stuff. That was like, yeah, it was like $500 to buy the thing, and then you had to have a play. Basically, you had to buy 2 PlayStation 5s in order to have VR, and then VR has kind of started to fall off a cliff. Yeah, it's like I guess VR wasn't all that cracked up when it's all cracked up to be. I know a friend of mine has it. He loves doing VR, but VR kind of makes me nauseous, so I wasn't really into that. But, all right. Well, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe as always. And feel leave any comments. You guys excited about the Virtual Boy? Are you gonna pick up this accessory? You guys gonna play these games? I guess play some Virtual Boy. Are you guys excited about the Virtual Boy stuff, or do you not really care for it? I think a lot of people don't care for it, and that's okay. Different strokes for different folks. So. Yeah, whatever. Some of you guys probably love stuff that I probably hate. Anyway, I will see. I see you guys later, man. Get you guys later. Bye.